Tory MPs in the Royal College of Midwives are among those calling for a referendum to give voters in Northern Ireland the chance to follow in the footsteps of the Republic of Ireland. After months of campaigning in the Republic, two-thirds of voters casted their ballots to repeal the Eighth Amendment. The referendum saw 706,349 people vote to change the law. Voter turnout was 64.1%, with 100,000 registering just for the referendum. The amendment was approved in 1983, and pro-repeal campaigners say that since then almost 170,000 pregnant women traveled abroad to have terminations. Following the historic vote, at least 160 MPs have supported a letter written by Labour MP Stella Creasy calling on the government should try to relax abortion laws in Northern Ireland. Ms. Creasy wants to force a vote by tabling an amendment on the upcoming domestic violence bill. Downing Street's initial reaction was to reject the idea of giving MPs a vote, citing that abortion is a devolved matter and should only be decided by the Assembly in Northern Ireland and the power-sharing executive. However, a source said Theresa May's priority was to get the executive back up and running, after it has been suspended for more than a year. Yet the PM is facing calls to hold a referendum in Northern Ireland on Sunday. Women and Equalities Minister Penny Mordaunt took to Twitter to express there must be change in Northern Ireland. She tweeted, based on the exit poll, a historic. That hope must be met. Tory MP and GP who chairs the Commons Health Committee Sarah Wollaston said a referendum was good second option. She said, we'd all like to see the Stormont Assembly back up and running and for this decision to be made by people in Northern Ireland, but if that doesn't happen then at the very least people in Northern Ireland should be allowed a referendum so that we can gauge the strength of opinion there. In Northern Ireland, the Royal College of Midwives Regional Director Breda Hughes says the only way to give the pro-choice majority a voice was through a referendum. He said, we have 12 Democratic Unionist MPs whose views do not reflect the majority opinion on the abortion question. We have Sinn Féin MPs who don't take their seats at Westminster. We don't have a functioning local assembly which could take this issue on again, even though in the past the DUP and others vetoed change. So, the people are voiceless on the abortion question and we say to Theresa May, give us a referendum, Prime Minister, so that change can come about. Getty Ireland voted in favour of legalising abortion in a landmark vote. Labour's Shadow Attorney General Baroness Chakrabarti said reforming Northern Ireland's abortion laws was a matter of fundamental human rights. Baroness Chakrabarti told BBC Radio 4's Today programme that Prime Minister Theresa May needed to act, stating, we are calling on Mrs May, a self-identifying feminist, to negotiate with the parties in Northern Ireland and then to legislate without further delay. You can't have democracy without fundamental human rights. The women of Northern Ireland have suffered for long enough. I think that Theresa May, really is a self-identifying feminist, needs to say, yes, I unveil statues of suffragists in Parliament Square, but the test of my feminism will be whether I guarantee fundamental human rights for women. In the past polls reveals that there is a strong support in Northern Ireland to relax abortion laws in some circumstances, but not to the extent as the rest of the UK. Abortions are only available to women and girls if their life or health is in danger. The DUP leader Arlene Foster said that any legislation should only be debated and discussed by the Northern Ireland Assembly. She said, the legislation governing abortion is a devolved matter and it is for the Northern Ireland Assembly to debate and decide such issues. Some of those who wish to circumvent the Assembly's role may be doing so simply to avoid its decision. The DUP is a pro-life party and we will continue to articulate our position. The second largest part, Sinn Féin in Northern Ireland, supports limited changes to the current laws.